What up, what up, what up? As you guys know, it is time for us to do our reality recap. But before we actually do, we have to give you a little bit of the branding.
Of course.
All right.
Okay.
Kitty girl, can you hear us? Are we live?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
So, some interesting news hit us on the interwebs today. If you've been following us for a while, you know Kandron is a huge fan. Huge fan.
Hold on a second. We haven't done our proper intro. What's up, folks? We're Black and Curious. I'm Kandron.
Hey, it's Dehjai. I mean, y'all know what it is. If you've been here,
Okay,
you
great.
know.
We do. If you've never been here before, we do pop culture, real life, and the intersection between the two. Today, we're doing a reality recap. What are you having for a beverage?
So I'm still with the 19 Crimes Dark Red.
Cool. I am having the Flybird strawberry margarita mix. All of our beauty details and drink details are down below in the description box, as well as timestamps. So if you're here for one show and not for others, feel free to skip ahead to where you belong and comment. Tell us what you think.
Because we want to hear from you. Okay, so as I was starting to say, because, you know, they should just jump right on into things. The internet was shocked and awed today by the darling Caribbean girl who's now expecting. So
yes, congrats to Rihanna and ASAP.
Let's have a little moment and kind of kiki about them.
I love them together. Actually, I love them. I thought it was going to be a good time, not a long time. So,
right.
I wasn't expecting this to be the long time. But anyways, I really like them together. I love they're just in my opinion, I know everyone does not share the same opinion about ASAP Rocky, but they just are a beautiful couple. So I think ASAP Rocky is like, he's not like the most attractive guy I've ever seen in my life, of course, but like he has the most beautiful smile, and he has like this, I like that, not androgynous. He's not androgynous, but I like the pearls and I like that Pharrelly sort of thing that he does.
Yeah. Let's see what Kandron is talking about. See if I can pause it. Oh, he's not smiling in this one. I think he smiles.
He's not smiling, but if you see a picture of him smiling, particularly when he's with Rihanna, like if you never watched it, the GQ, I think it's 21 questions or something that they do together where they're like asking each other questions. They're just like both completely lit up. And it is the cutest thing. So congratulations to them.
There was a picture, I don't know what outlet put it out, but they were talking earlier this week about the Rihanna and ASAP in 2013, and then them now, and it was like this really, really cute photo of them canoodling in one picture, and then a similar picture with them expecting the baby.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, wowzers.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, I thought it was going to be a good time, a long time. Not a long time, but you know, somebody said Drake's going to be Drake J Blige, and I lost it.
Girl, what? Are they like now canoodling?
No, the people were clowning Drake, saying he was going to be emotional and in his feelings because his dream girl has now gone and had this. It is expecting with ASAP Rocky.
Child, I mean, you know, it is what it is. You ain't make the cut, boo boo.
Also, I really like ASAP Rocky's music, which I don't know if it's common knowledge, but I very much enjoy it. Yes, I do. Across the board, I do. It's very good.
I don't know that I know too much of ASAP's music, so I'm gonna have to do some perusing of my own. But
it's just flashy and clever, and it's like my style of rap that I like. So,
I mean, I guess. I'm gonna have to get into the brother ASAP. So where we going tonight? Where we starting with the
Well,
foolishness?
actually, I would also have like one more topic, two more topics actually, pop culture
Yes.
related. So rest in peace to what is her name? Oh my god. I was gonna say Chelsea. It's not Chelsea, it's Chesley.
Presley, yeah.
Oh my god, what a horrible like I was just heartbroken for her, you know? And like I literally just started following her on TikTok and she was having a good time and entertaining the masses. So it was just heartbreaking to see that obviously she was in some pain.
Yeah, so like of course, like everybody else, I found out about her today because of all the celebrities that were talking about her.
Yeah.
But I was completely like, I thought she just died. I did not realize that it
Mm-mm.
was so dramatic to the point that she had like, leapt to her death. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
So
I
if
saw
you guys
one
don't
of
know
the
who we're
headlines
talking about, oh sorry.
earlier today. Oh yeah, go ahead. It's
If you
fine.
don't know who we're talking about, in 2019, there was like a sweep of black girls at a bunch of the pageants on the pageant circuit. And Chesley was one of them. Just, yeah, really sad, former attorney. And she seemed like she had found her footing. So it was just really sad. Like it was heartbreaking when I read that yesterday. I like gasped and was like stuck for a little while.
Child, I've not had any. Well, the only one that got me was when we heard about Chadwick Boseman,
Yeah.
in 2020.
There have been a few that have caught me. Virgil Abloh caught me, even though I'm not a fan of anything that he did in any of his designs or any things for me. But he was still young and still, finding his way in a very white world, and
Yeah,
and in
yeah,
a lot of ways, tricking the masses, if you will, um, and getting them on board. So that was really sad, but
definitely.
that's crazy. And my other piece of news is like good. We're getting a black Supreme Court justice, black woman Supreme Court justice. So shouts out to. Hopefully these people don't get cute.
Girl, I'm about to say I'm skilled. But yes, I'm scared that like they're gonna try to like tank this nomination or do something underhanded, and like it's just
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Well, I've heard one of the front runners has the support of Lindsey Graham, which is a good sign. A little bit of bipartisanship. So, because she's a South Carolina native and he's, the Congress or the senator from South Carolina. So hopefully
Hopefully it all works out for the best.
hopefully there's no foolishness.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
So I forgot that I had other things in here. So I'm just going to pop this up really quickly. Shout out to the fact that we finally no longer have, what's her name? Miss Jenny Wynn she's out. Okay. They have fired the good sis.
They have, and they need to do a sweep of New York next.
Ciao. What's going on?
Because they got rid of the racist in chief in Orange County too, Kelly Dodd. And now they done got rid of now they done got rid of Jenny, which also, and we can use this to slide right on into Salt Lake City in a second.
Yeah,
but Ramona, I honestly believe the reason they didn't have a New York reunion is because they were scared of what Ramona was going to say to Ebony on that stage. I stand by that.
But like my thing is, you all tout yourselves over at Bravo for being, bold and brave and out loud and whatever the case may be. But then you're not gonna let. I feel like they muzzled Ebony. Like there's no other getting around it. I feel like they just, boxed her out altogether.
I can see that.
Because like she spoke her mind in the process of the show, like she had a lot to say, but like, of course, when you get to the reunion, it's time to actually talk about the things that were said in the background.
Yeah,
and they weren't really allowing of that. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if it was more for Ebony or I honestly believe it was for Ramona because they were going to have to fire Ramona if she got up there and started saying some of the stuff she was saying all season.
But they should have fired that bitch a long time ago. Like, let's be real.
I mean, I didn't watch a long time ago, so that's neither here nor there for me, in my opinion. But
Ramona is problematic and crazy. I was about to call her something else.
yeah. But anyways, transitioning to other races, Jenny is out at Salt Lake City. Shouts out to them.
Okay.
Love to
Praise
see
the
it.
Lord. Hello.
And now that I know she's racist, I'm like, it's like that confirmation bias thing of like, every time she comes for Mary, I'm like, the math is not mathing. It's not mathing because because she didn't come for nobody else the way she came for Mary.
Child, I think that she just wanted to have a storyline as being like the outspoken, angry. Because like her whole thing is that, remember, she got on her live and told the world that she has anger management issues, and so she had to go through therapy or anger management classes to get her temper under control.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like she just used like all of that, the bravado that she gave us all season was her aim to be on this show. Like,
well, my thing is, the easiest target and the one who I wish somebody would target is Whitney. So there were other options right there. Heather's an easy mark. Whitney gonna fight with you the same way Mary did. She just like seemed like she came in hot, like ready for Mary. So,
but we all know why.
I could be making that up. I could be reading in.
I'm in agreement. I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down. I think that she is an undercover now on Front Street racist. So before it was undercover and covert. Now you done basically let the world up under your skirt. So we know what it is, sis. And you can sit here and tell us that you're not racist and so on and so forth. But then at the same token, speaking to things that didn't necessarily happen on the show, hop on to your live talking about how you're proud to be a Republican and that you support with the blue lives and all this kind of stuff.
We could tell.
Which is rhetoric to indicate that you are indeed a racist. Like you're letting your people know that you are with the shits with them. Like, come on, sis.
You know what? Somebody else was fired this week off a different reality show off of 90 Day Fiance. Apparently, they're going back trying to scrub her off.
Oh.
Same stuff. Racist, using the N-word everywhere.
This is going to get you out of here. If you're not a person of color, you is out of here if you're using that word. And a person of color meaning like black.
Black.
Visibly black at that, because even my family members, like if they are out and about and they don't know that they are just straight up and down black, you gonna assume that they something else.
Yeah, it's true. So anyway, what else about Salt Lake City was a mess? I hate this show. I'm not watching next year. Mary's not going to be on it. Meredith confirmed that. Yeah, Meredith confirmed it on Watch What Happens Live. Meredith also looked a hot ass mess on Watch What Happens Live. She has had too much work done. But she confirmed it. Mary is out. And I'm just like, I don't see what else is going to keep me interested in this show.
Girl, like, let's be real. Nothing's going to keep it interesting. At this point, it's going to be a whole bunch of others bitching and moaning with each other about nothing. So like,
and I can watch Jen in her indictment news in the headlines without her having to explode all over my TV screen about absolutely nothing, which she also did this week. Every single week, she finds an opportunity to start hollering and screaming about nothing.
I think everything at this point, I'm watching just to get to the end, but
yeah, same.
It's because this is the last time we're going to see Mary on our television, quite possibly. So whatever. I do appreciate that Mary was basically like, listen, I'm not interested in entertaining you. I think you're very rude, quite frankly. And so I'm just going to coexist, but ignore you at the same time.
Mary was like, I think it was Whitney who asked, so like, do you like Jenny? She was like, no, I don't. And then they were like, well, you're just being rude. And I'm just like, y'all asked her a question.
Like, how is that rude? You asked her opinion of someone and she was just like, no, I don't rock with her. No. And so because she didn't give you the answer you like or that you wanted, now it's an issue. Like, y'all got to go on somewhere and find something else to do with your time.
Find some business.
Get you some business. Anyway, so there's not much else to talk about on their show. So
I do have one more thing about that show two more things that made me very irritated. First of all, while we're on Whitney, let's stay right there. Why in the world would she ask Meredith about her dad's memorial, trying to timestamp when she was burying her father?
When that happened, I'm not gonna lie to you, I literally was looking at the screen like, are you okay? Like you can't be, because that is illogical. Like who, like the unmitigated gall. Like that's really all I got. Like why would you question somebody about a memorial for a past loved one? Disrespectful as hell.
And like y'all are trying to piece together, was it on Tuesday or was it on Wednesday? And like I know everybody's culture does things differently, but like maybe it was on Tuesday and Wednesday. Like Black people, there's the viewing on Tuesday and the funeral is on Wednesday. You know?
Not the feud. I can't stand you.
It could have been two, it could have been more than one memorial. Like they automatically went to she must have lied. And it was like, and if the woman told you it was Tuesday and you called her on Wednesday, like maybe she was just in a daze. Like,
hello, that part.
Time does all kinds of weird things. Depending on who you are, it might stop, it might slow down, it might speed up when you're burying a loved one. So like, knock it off. That pissed me off.
I just don't understand, because it goes back to with Whitney, it's the same thing as when before with her, questioning everybody's motives and what's going on. But all this time you've been hanging with these people and you ain't had no issues. Now because you hear like a little smoke, you think there's a whole fire, and then like her, fabricating this whole story about how she thinks that Mary and Meredith were in on the sting that got Miss Jen Shaw in the clink. Like what? What is wrong with you?
It's just too much. Like, it's just too much. It's too much. Speculation. You have absolutely no information. All you're doing is causing chaos, and I can't abide it.
I think that she just needs to be also like off the show. But like, I wonder if they're even going to call her out when they do the reunion. Because even though Mary is not there, like somebody need to call her to the carpet. But I
hope so.
They're not really any good at that. I have hope for Heather sometimes, but like Heather has been letting me down.
Well, Heather's her cousin, so she ain't gonna do it. It might be Jen when she watches everything back and is like, bitch, you talked about me like I was a dog and then you was in my face.
Child. Talk about it. I don't know that. I feel like Jen is just gonna give us the dramatics that she always gives us, and it don't ever end up being nothing for real. So it's just kind of like, sis, like sit down and stop screaming.
Yeah.
Her and what's her name? Lisa.
Oh, Lisa was hot.
Girl.
This episode.
Fire, burning.
So Watch What Happens Live. Meredith was on Watch What Happens Live. And they showed her that footage right before the reunion. So the reunion might be a little saucy because Meredith was still mad, visibly mad about what was happening in Lisa's room.
Girl, one can only hope that that's what goes down. But like they give you, I'm gonna go off, I'm gonna say X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna give it to you or whatever. But then they get there and they don't read none of the smoke that they said they was gonna have.
Yeah. And then my last thought was, Meredith gets on my nerves because, like, how you gonna pull Whitney into the room? Like, did Jen pay for the food? But then you take Jen's gift. That don't make no sense. That's the part that was bought out of her own money, and she said that was bought months ago when y'all were supposed to be going to damn skiing together. So, like. Girl. That's the part you should have been turning down, not the damn food, clown.
This is like a hate watch.
Yeah, same. Yeah, so, definitely same.
I was bored, to say the least. Half the time I'm not even really dialed in.
Also as well.
I feel like I am scrolling. I'm on the interwebs, texting someone, and I'll be missing what the hell's going on, except for when they sit down to the table with the bullshit. And Mary never ceases to amaze me. She just keeping it calm and reading the girls.
Yeah.
Voice never gets raised. They be with the hysterics, and she just be looking at them like, what the fuck?
Like, I don't do that. But like, I just, like you said, it's a hate watch for me. I don't think I'll be joining for next season. I can't. And I can't even follow I can't follow logic with these girls. Like they don't make sense to me. The stuff
No,
they be
because
mad
one minute
about.
you're friends and the next minute you're not, or you're frenemies, really.
And not only that, like the stuff they be mad about, it's just like that's not even nothing to be mad about for real. Like Jen, you should be mad that you are under federal indictment, but yet you're mad because nobody called you.
Like, girl, be mad about the real things, the shit that actually matters, because this is just TV, and for all we know, none of this could be real.
It just don't be given. It don't be given. All right. Speaking of things that don't be given, you want to go to Ready to Love?
Girl. Miss Girl. Do you hear an echo? I feel like I hear it. Okay. But yes, Miss Girl. That there, I just I don't know. I don't know.
I guess I respect the fact that they're doing like the plot twist where they're going to start introducing new people. So they only started off with 7. They usually start off with 10 each, men and women. And they started off 7 each, but then they're going to introduce new people as like part of the blind dates or something, or in blind dates or something. I don't know. They needed to take a break. I didn't need a back-to-back. They're trying to pull the Married at First Sight back-to-back seasons, and we didn't need it.
No, because it's not giving. So
no, it's not.
I popped up the little visuals so that we can keep track of the people we talk about, because we will forget, honey. We don't know nobody's names. Mm-hmm. I still feel like it's like the bottom of the barrel with the people. Like every other show in City, they be having some attractive folks.
Mm-hmm.
This is not like this. The men folk are not giving. Not for me, anyway. I think the only one that's mildly attractive, I think his name was Laverne. And I'm like, man, that's a woman's name. I've never seen a man named Laverne, but no shade to your parents or you for your name. You didn't choose it.
Then Clifton had on like dress pants and an orange t-shirt. And I was like, where you going?
Where you going? Right. I thought about that too. Like, are we all on the same cast? Like, did we all get invited to the same function?
And he could at least put on a little blazer, a little piece of something on top to make it bring it in.
Baby, it's hot, okay? And I'm gonna be comfortable, because there were scenes with them sitting out there on the like veranda or whatever it was called, and they look just as sweaty and sticky as can be. Like, just how when you in the summertime in the DMV, or like just growing up here in Virginia, how humid it is. You could just see the humidity rising off of their skin. It was kind of wild.
Yeah, but I just felt like he could have pulled that outfit together a little bit better. He could have gave it a chain. He could have gave it a shoe, like at least like a sneaker or something to pull it together. It was just like, where are you going? What do you have?
He gave me old man, like, I'm gonna get dressed to go to the cookout.
I guess, child, but it looked a mess.
He gave me like, what my parents' single male friends looked like at the barbecue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The only one I really liked was Tori. I thought he was very like genuine.
I'm like, who is Tori? Oh, okay.
The one with the dreads.
I see him. I mean, yes.
Like, I felt like his conversations were getting down to the meat of it really early. Like he wasn't doing what's your favorite color? Like, he was trying to get to know the girls right off the bat. And I appreciated that.
I mean, I'll give you that. Lord have mercy. This damn thing just broke. Okay. All right. We're just going to have little red beads everywhere. I'll give you that. I think that Laverne also, though, was kind of giving reality. Like, he wanted something real, but he gives me that he got something like dastardly hidden in the context of who he is.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what it gives me. This damn waist bead has popped while I'm sitting here, so we're just gonna.
That's a bummer.
Push this on the side.
Any of the ladies you thought interesting enough to mention?
Keena, I knew was going home from the rip. I felt like Ace, Keena, and Tiffani would definitely be the bottom choices. Because like their personalities was just super duper dry.
Yes.
Super duper
And like
dry.
in the case of Ace, I hate to say this, but some people make like yoga or certain spiritual practices or whatever their entire personality, and it's got to be something else.
We can't be doing downward dog all the time.
No, you have to have some other type of personality traits in there other than like wellness or whatever. Like, I don't know. Some people are subbing that shit out for personality, and I'm here to say the answer is no.
Not work.
The answer is no.
Like if your if yours meaning to just be resident hippie, then that's what the hell you need to tell people.
Correct. And you also need to find a particular type of man, one that's not going to be on ready to love.
I'll talk about it.
None of them. No.
So I just feel like this week there wasn't really a whole lot of going on with the shows until we get Candy's new show, which I don't know if that I'm curious, and I'm starting to think that that's probably coming before they even give us Atlanta, because they started, like talking it up and showcasing it or whatever the case may be.
It's giving me Vanderpump Rules though, and I couldn't get into that, so we'll see how I fare with Candy's show.
This time it's the blacks. Maybe we'll be able to connect. We couldn't connect because we did not live the types of lives that them children was talking about.
No, but then there was also like they tried this for that the chicken place. Remember that on Oxygen, or where is it, on Oxygen, or was it on OWN? No, it wasn't on OWN.
You talking about WeTV with the man who was sleeping with everybody, the chef? That show was crazy.
The Pink Teacup. I did watch it though.
I did too, but I don't feel like they had enough like traction. They have enough show time. Like if they were on another network, they might have did a little bit better.
Yeah, because then they started just doing crazy stuff to stay on air, and it was just like, this is not even believable.
No, and we were also in the pandemic, so I'm sure that made a difference as to whether or not they were going to keep up with that, because
they were gone before the pandemic. I think they probably stopped in like 2018, 2017.
Damn. Crazy.
Been a while. Real quick, Ladies Who List Atlanta. Did you watch that?
Yes. Let's get into it.
Where you want to start?
I'm starting to dislike Cristyl.
Oh, as well.
I'm very disappointed. Like what she presents is not what it is, and she's giving me debutante mean girl.
Absolutely.
And like hides it under, oh my God, what do you mean? I would never do anything like that. Like, why are you getting so upset about the word? Like, what? Because I said triggered? Like, if she's triggered, she's triggered. I mean, gosh. Like, girl, what? No, that's not okay.
And I don't like the energy that she's giving Tiffani. It's like it's like not too much, sis. Not too much. Okay. Not with Tiffani. Because she wanted to act like Tiffani didn't have a right to say anything about what she observed at the dinner. It's not like Tiffani is hearing about this.
You have them mixed up. You're talking about Tiana.
No, I'm talking about Tiffani.
No, Tiffani is the other real estate attorney. No, the one that was talking about the event that was having a back and forth with Cristyl was Tiana.
I know it was Tiffani. She wasn't having the back and forth with Tiana at the event, but when she sat down with Quiana, I think it was, she was like, oh yeah, Tiffani said XYZ. And then Cristyl was like, well, why is Tiffani having an opinion or something? Like, why is she in it?
Yeah, but she was talking about Tiana, not Tiffani. Tiffani is the real estate attorney.
No, I know. She's talking about the other attorney.
I'm so confused. Okay.
No, they were sitting down and they were eating, and they were just kind of like...
Yeah, it was Quiana, Cristyl, and the young girl. I forgot her name.
Kira? Yeah.
And they were talking about Tiana.
I don't recall that. I thought they were talking about Tiffani and talking about not the argument part, but just talking about Robin. It was Quiana that brought up Robin that was like, oh, something, and like that Tiffani had met with Robin and they had kind of like talked about whatever happened with between Robin and Cristyl.
I almost feel like we watched two different shows because I'm like, what? I don't remember that.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, she's saying that other people should not be involved, and I was just like, that doesn't feel right because everybody was there. The same applies whether it was Tiffani or Tiana. It's like you can't tell people that they aren't allowed to have an opinion when they were all there. Like, it would be different if it was somebody that was hearing secondhand, but they weren't hearing secondhand.
No, she was there and she had every right to speak her mind, speak up about the situation. So I'm interested to see how this is going to play out because I feel like Miss Cristyl is going to dig herself into a box and be out of friends.
Yeah. And also I thought she was shady with Tiffani for sure this time because she went behind her back to try to court Kira, kind of like, oh, well, she has enough business to go around. And it's like, these are people you're trying to bring together to do a joint venture together, and you're trying to steal business from one of the other ladies. Like, that does
what
not
kind of talk is that? Yeah,
that doesn't track.
It don't. So as soon as they find out at her grand opening because Kira makes mention of it, and Tiffany's just like, I don't like how she's moving. Like, I don't like this. Like, why would you do that? You know that we do business together. Like, what is the point here? Like, what you trying to pull?
Correct. So, then Robin, then Robin and her apology tour. She apologizes to Quiana. I don't buy that. I don't think that was a misunderstanding. I think Quiana understood it perfectly. And Robin is full of shit, but that's just my opinion.
I watched that and I felt like everything that you said in one of our reality recaps where you were basically like, when you lied to me to my face, you're insulting my intelligence. Yeah. Like 100%. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Yeah. It was literally what Quiana thought it was.
It was. So
you just backpedaling now, trying to clean it up, but that ain't it.
Yeah. And then I thought it was interesting, like the back and forth with her client. And like eventually he kind of had to teach her a lesson to give her the business. But it was just like, ma'am, you have a personality issue because if you can't, you saying it's about not being able to get along with women. But your client is a man. And this is somebody who, right. And this is somebody who is going to potentially pay you a lot of money. So you seem like you just have a personality issue to me.
I would agree wholeheartedly. I think that she is not aware of her personality flaws.
Yeah.
Robin often thinks that she is the victim in the story that she tells.
Yeah.
And in this situation with her and Cristyl, I definitely would agree. Like,
I don't think either one of them is a victim, but I didn't like the triggered thing. That's annoying. But other than that,
in that regard, not like Robin's behavior off rip. Like, no, they're both problematic, which is probably why they became friends.
Yeah, they're two peas in a pod to me. And I'm curious to see what Robin does with Kira. She was kind of summoning her in, which also irritated me because it's like Robin thinks she's the queen bee, the brains of the operation. So she's like, and it's just like, that's a grown ass lady.
Don't do that.
Don't do that with her own real estate business.
Hello.
Like,
incredibly dismissive and disrespectful.
Yeah.
Even if she is much younger than you, like the way you are moving is like basically speaking to the point that Kira been making. Like, you supposed to be the elder person in the environment, but you be treating people like garbage.
Yeah. And not that you should talk to anyone like that. You absolutely should not
never
speak to anyone that way. But that's something you would do to like an assistant, like, I'm on the phone, come on in, or whatever. Like, that's
a child. I don't even know that I would want, not unless somebody was tapping on a door and you're gesturing for them to come. But like, that was just super disrespectful.
No, I agree. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't agree with that behavior toward anyone, but certainly not somebody who you're trying to court into business and somebody that you should be seeing as your colleague. Like, you shouldn't do it to anybody, but that's something you would do to someone that's an underling.
Yeah.
Or like somebody who, you know what I'm saying? Not that you should do it in anyone. I want to be clear. But like,
that's in the realms.
It was that sort of vibe. Like, you come to me.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you want to talk? We can go talk outside together.
We're like, I'm not your flunky. Don't do that, sis.
Right, exactly.
What else did we watch this week? Or is there anything else that you want to talk about with this?
That's it.
Because not a whole lot was happening. It was dry.
It was very, very dry.
Well, things that we are looking forward to, there's some buzzings on the YouTube sphere about there being a Love and Marriage like DC. And I guess it's supposed to be centered around Monique Samuels. So I'm like, look at you, sis. You better come on back here and get you another TV show and have it be centered around you, sis. Yes, ma'am.
Well, she was never getting top billing in Potomac. Not as long as the Grand Dame is there and Giselle is there as her arch nemesis.
Like, the Grand Dame ain't even the issue. It's the Giselle monster.
Well, Monique was going to be lucky to get third in that situation. So
it seemed like she's been duking that out with damn Ashley. Because, you know, she's running close behind Giselle.
Well,
Robin is boring.
She's boring. Dehjai is probably the one that's number 3, but that's just because she's such a disaster. I don't like Monique Samuels very much. I don't find her entertaining, so we'll see what her show is giving.
I like Monique. I don't know that I found her entertaining, but I liked her. I think it was like the lesser of a few evils. So her personality was more agreeable than Ashley and Dehjai.
In some ways, but she was also very condescending in a way, and not talking about just with Giselle, but just talking about like the whole not for lazy moms. And it's just like, what are you talking about? And like, this is what it is. I don't identify with her value system. So it's kind of like everything she was like saying, I was like, all right, girl.
Hello, Giselle.
But Giselle is funny. At least she has that.
No, I'm saying quality. Like Giselle, that's how Giselle responded to her. It was like, all right, girl.
Yeah.
Very much dismissive, like, whatever.
She just irritated me. I just thought I don't know. All of her, I don't know. She just irritated me. And it's not like from a place of hateration like Giselle, because Giselle's a hater. That's why she didn't like Monique.
I did not expect you to say that.
I found her annoying. Like the I will drag you constantly, even though she did finally, put hands on Dehjai, which she should have. But like,
she had been telling folks, for a while, like, don't get it twisted. I will drag you. Okay. Like, that is an informal, I'm warning you. Yes. Yeah. This is how I move when I'm pushed to that point.
And it is. So, but I'm like, girl, you have too much money to be trying to do. So like, that was the thing. It was like the I will drag you, but then she's like, no, you're not going to be able to sue me. And it's just like, girl, stop. She's like, oh, I'll drag you. But like, then I'm not. But then in the same sentence or the same breath, it's like, no, I'm not going to put my hands on you because I can't have you suing me and coming after me and my husband. I'm just like, okay, fuck you. Like, enough.
Okay, so Kandron,
not a Monique fan.
I'm interested to see who else is going to be on the show. Most likely, if it's centered around her, then it's going to be her friends. So, I mean,
it seemed like it was like I saw the cast. They were floating cast pictures.
No,
okay. I think it was like an ex-NFL player and his wife, like a local radio personality, I want to say, and his partner. So,
this lash looks so crazy, fooling with it all night, whatever. It's just gonna be sitting up like saying high five every time I blink. I get so we have coming soon, actually, I think RHONJ.
Yes.
So I think we have a video coming up this week that will be talking about Miss Dolores and her lifestyle. So y'all should definitely tune in.
I go up for all the way up for New Jersey. The girls, they give every single season. Every single season. If there is a cast you can count on to show up and show out, it is New Jersey. And I think it's probably because of Teresa and Melissa. Like, there's always a storyline of like kind of where they are in their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then my favorite, Dolores, and how she's coming down with on all sides. So between those three, I feel like we always get a good season.
I have checked out for a little bit, but I'm coming back in. I watched a little bit last year, so hopefully this year I will watch it all the way through.
Yeah.
It just the tears and the screaming. Sometimes it's just like miss me. Like I can't. Like the lawyer girl that went. Well, she had every right to go off, but that
She's
went off last
annoying.
season. But yeah,
I don't
she's
like
just
her.
annoying, and I was like,
I don't like her.
So what else we got coming that we're excited about?
That's it. I don't really have. I'm not really excited about a whole lot of anything that's coming, to be honest.
Wow.
Jersey is just about it.
Well, all right, y'all. You know what the time is. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up because past week was boring. So follow us on all of our social media and check out our website, blackandcurious.com.
There's stuff up there now.
Yes, please. Until next time. Bye.
Latest.
I had to snatch these lashes off, y'all.